Starting at $175. All this and more now during the Rooms to Go Kids Anniversary Sale.
Is it time to clean your closet? Don't throw out those clothes. Consign them and make money.
I can help with that.
Second time around, the CSRA's oldest and most trusted consignment store is now accepting gently used clothes, shoes, and accessories for the whole family.
We can help with that.
They're also taking in gently used furniture and housewares.
We can help with that.
Come in today and see why local shoppers have been trusting Second Time Around for more than 40 years. Open Monday through Saturday on 3690 Washington Road.
The First Alert team, named best in Georgia. Live from Augusta, you're watching News 12 at 6 o'clock.
The parents have spoken. Now Richmond County school leaders will make a decision that will impact thousands of families.
Plus, one family looking for answers months after a deadly crash involving a Richmond County deputy. Our I team uncovers new details on the investigation next on News 12 at 6 o'clock. But first tonight, new details about the deadly industrial accident at Club Car in Evans.
21-year-old contractor Alyssa Drinker died after getting caught up in a conveyor belt. Hallie Turner live in our newsroom. And Hallie, you spoke with a coworker who was there with Alyssa during those awful moments. What does she have to tell you?
Yeah, through tears, she tells me leading up to the freak accident, it was a normal day. Alyssa came in with a smile on her face, as she always does. They were putting together the buckets to start the golf carts when her AirPod fell, and then everything changed in the blink of an eye. But we want to warn you, some of what you're about to hear is disturbing.
One Club Car employee tells News 12 when she met her co-worker Alyssa Drinkard, she never imagined she would spend the final moments of Alyssa's life with her. They'd come to work right here at Club Car, a manufacturing company known worldwide for their electric and gas-powered golf carts. What started as a normal day ended in tragedy when the Columbia County Sheriff's Office answered the phone at 9:44 Friday night. Reports say when police arrived on scene, Drinkard was pinned under the conveyor at her workstation and did not look like she was breathing. Police spoke with an employee who says Alyssa dropped her AirPods below the conveyor belt. When the 21-year-old went under the machine to get her AirPods back, she got caught by the chain that moves the conveyor. The Sheriff's Office confirms with us that the machine caught Drinkard's head. The report goes on to say the way Alyssa was pinned, the employee could not get her out, and that's when maintenance was called to shut down the machine so they could get her out, and she was rushed to the hospital.
Now, Alyssa's death has taken to social media like wildfire, many saying what a light she was to this community. One coworker says she was always quiet, but you never saw her without a smile on her face. And as you can imagine, the only thing replaying in her mind right now, she says, are their final moments together.
Just a horrible accident that just happened in a flash.
Yeah, it really reminds you how quickly everything can change. Hallie, thanks for speaking with that coworker for us.
Well, the weather today did stay warm for us. We actually did be late in the week in just about 10 minutes.
Riley, thanks a lot. Tonight, the I-Team is following a deadly crash from almost a year ago involving a Richmond County deputy, Ty Daly, and the Fager family.
The I-Team has been requesting the case file for weeks that holds key answers in the crash investigation. As our Will Rio found, the family was sued, and the case was never investigated by Richmond County Internal Affairs.
The Fager family is still looking for an explanation almost a year after Jay Fager died in a car crash. Richmond County Deputy Ty Daly's speed was never disclosed on Georgia State Patrol's crash report. It's left the family in a large financial hole.
Highway 25 in Burke County. It's used by thousands of drivers every day. The chances Jay and Donna Fager would travel through Burke County are slim to none, according to their son, Matt Fager. Matt said Highway 25 was the route his parents decided to take on their way home to Columbia after a road trip. They wanted to avoid heavy traffic and possible accidents on I-95.
They were driving home from Florida. They had been on a trip, I believe on the Gulf Coast somewhere, and were coming home. They'd taken a different route. We're trying to go through Augusta, I believe, to come back.
In the blink of an eye, things changed. That's the message the Fager family is now sharing. It started with a call on that Sunday afternoon.
You get a call like that and kind of flips your world upside down. It's a drastic change in the blink of an eye.
Yes, it's also the 75-year-old patient was one of the unconscious at the time.
On March 25th, 2023, Burke County deputies raced to the intersection of Highway 25 and Cohen Road. It's a two-vehicle accident involving Jay and Donna Fager.
He's unconscious. He's bad shape.
And Richmond County Deputy Ty Daly.
How's he doing? She pulled up.
Coming out of Cohen?
She was going north.
According to Georgia State Patrol's crash report, Fager's vehicle was stopped at the stop sign on Cohen Road in the intersection of US 25. Fager didn't yield after stopping at the stop sign and tried to cross in front of Ty Daly's car. GSP's report says Fager's Toyota RAV4 hit the driver's side of Ty Daly's Dodge Charger. There's no indication of how fast Daly was going in GSP's initial report.
That's Ty said they pulled out coming out of Cohen right in front of him. Ty Daly?
The Fagers are now wanting to know how fast Daly was going when both cars collided.
So I was in public safety for 15 years. I was a paramedic. I've seen this exact same wreck before. I mean, T-bones are one of the deadliest types of wrecks you can have. And firsthand knowing that speed kills, that is absolutely a factor in accidents.
Donna was severely injured and could barely move. She broke her pelvis and several ribs. Jay took the brunt of the impact on his side of the car. EMS pulled him out of the car and took him to the hospital, where he later passed away.
It's devastating, yeah. It was just a normal Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening.
Daly says on body cam he was on his way to trading in Brunswick. A report done by the City of Augusta's risk management shows the raw damage done to Daly's patrol car. It even took deputies by surprise on the scene.
Hit him so hard it knocked it out of his holster. This was under the passenger seat.
Daly's crash report went before the City of Augusta's Safety Review Committee. He was found not at fault for the accident before GSP's investigation was complete and before District Attorney Jared Williams' office was done reviewing the case. The DA decided not to pursue criminal charges and passed it down to the Burke County State Court Solicitor Matt Franklin on January 31st. A few weeks later, the Fagers attorney told the I-Team the case was being closed and there would be no charges against Daly. On February 18th, we sent an open records request asking for Daly's case file. Matt Franklin responded saying, because there is a large amount of documents, it will take more than 3 days to send the records to you. We will send the documents to you after they are reviewed for redactions and compliance on our end. But more than a week later, Matt Franklin tells our I-Team the case is now pending again, and we cannot get the case file. Documents from the City of Augusta's Risk Management Department show the Fagers paid the county nearly $20,000 for damaged property. After the payouts to the county, Daly sued the Fagers in a personal injury claim. In this letter from her insurance company, Donna Fager was told the deputy's lawsuit would likely exceed what her insurance covered, $100,000.
It's been really difficult. Mom had to sell her house. Of course, she was in the ICU for 3 weeks, rehab for another 3 weeks after that. So she moved into a senior living community. Her life is turned upside down. It's completely different than what it was before.
We looked at Ty Daly's history with the Richmond County Sheriff's Office. Back in 2013, he was disciplined for his second at-fault accident within 6 weeks of each other. Both accidents were caused by his speed. The Sheriff's Office confirmed Ty Daly was back at work before any investigation was complete. There was also no internal affairs investigation completed into Daly's crash. The Fagers are left with questions almost a year after the accident that took a father, husband, and grandfather too soon.
We had to explain death and dying to a 4-year-old. Our daughter's 4. Having that conversation is something that I never expected to have to do this early in life, especially under the circumstances of things.
Again, the district attorney's office reviewed the case and decided not to pursue any charges. The case is still pending today in the state court solicitor's office, where misdemeanors are handled.
Okay, thanks for looking into that, Will. We know we haven't seen the end of that. Tonight, Grovetown police are on the hunt for a suspect who they say is connected to a domestic assault that happened over the weekend. They say 34-year-old Andrew Odom is wanted for multiple warrants, including aggravated assault and false imprisonment. Police say he could be armed, so do not approach him if you see him. Just call Grovetown police if you know anything.
Across the Peach State, voters are heading to the polls still.
What will the Richmond County School Board decide on the 5-year master plan? Their very last meeting just wrapped, and we're going to be live with the latest next on News 12 at 6 o'clock.
And warm temperatures expected the rest of the week, staying dry through Thursday, but we're keeping an eye on some storm chances Friday into the weekend. While that full forecast just after the break.
Hey, Brett, I think we need a jingle.
What'd you have in mind?
I don't know yet.
Well, if you're taking something, come knock on my door.
Come and knock on my door.
If you're 64.
Once we get past that system Sunday, we will cool off next week, waking up in the 30s early Tuesday.
Riley, thanks. Another top story that would impact thousands of students in Richmond County. What will the school board decide about that 5-year master plan?
Some schools will close, others will merge. The final meeting just wrapped up over the school board, and that's where we find our Sydney Hood. So, Sydney, what are you hearing in there?
Parents got to give their input one last time before next year's changes get voted on. Now, looking ahead long term, there are still some concerns from parents about what the overall outcome will look like. A lot of talk about the future and what's best moving forward.
That's what needs to come out of this situation. The best thing possible for the county. It's not a one-man show. It's not a one-school show. Yes, so we're going to lose some. We're going to keep some. But let's lose the ones that we have to lose. But let's keep the ones that are definitely doing their job for these babies.
For a week, parents have listened.
Are we willing to make that sacrifice for somebody else's kid? And if we are not, then you know, that says a lot about the community and what we need to do. We have to consider the legacy that's being built there, the legacy that has been there, and what's to come.
There are still questions here.
I'm still learning so much about the plan. I'm very open to hearing what they have to say, but I really believe like destroying historic sites is probably not the best option, especially when people have built a culture behind it.
No matter what happens, these parents want what's best for their kids.
It's a team effort in here. No matter how much we bicker and we're different, we're one team in this building. And I need everybody to know that.
The board will meet here next week to vote on these changes for the next school year. So that involves potentially closing Mary Elementary and then splitting Bel Air K through 8. This does not involve any changes to do with the magnet schools. There will be more discussions in the future regarding those before a final decision is made.
Okay, so first vote is for the schools that would change this upcoming school year. So quick turnaround.
And a lot of families are going to be watching this very carefully. Sydney, thanks for the updates all week long, in fact, leading up to this report. We have another fun night at the ballpark ahead of us, the top 25 ranked South Carolina Gamecocks. As we mentioned during weather, they're in town taking on the guys in blue and white from Georgia State. We have live coverage from SRP Park coming up next in sports.
Gas models. Get moving with Milton Rubin Toyota during Toyota's Ready, Set, Go sales event.
RideBaby.com. Click, click.
On your sideline.
1 week ago, the SRP Park College Showcase brought us the fun rivalry game between Georgia and Georgia Southern. Tonight, the number 20 South Carolina Gamecocks are in town facing Georgia State. News 12's Alyssa Lyons joins us live from SRP Park with the Gamecocks and the Panthers getting ready to hit the diamond.
Again, the Panthers actually just wrapped up some pregame warm-ups to wait for South Carolina to do the same here in just a few minutes and give us a glimpse on what this 5-win streak team can do tonight. Now, Georgia State split this past weekend against Army. These are two teams that haven't played in a neutral setting ever before. South Carolina owns the series all-time 7-4. We also haven't really had a chance to see the home team, South Carolina, make their way to SRP since 2019. It's been a long time, so you can imagine there's plenty of Garnet and Black tonight here making their way into the stadium. Some fans just getting off of work, making their way to their seats so they can see some of that Garnet and Black get to action just before that first pitch happens at 7 p.m. Now, if you are heading over to the ballpark tonight, you might want to take a look for number 8 on Georgia State. That is David Bell. David Bell actually played for Greenbrier when he was here 2 years ago, so now he's a sophomore
support here for Georgia State, so maybe he'll make an appearance as well behind the plate.
Yeah, Alyssa, once again, we always love seeing our local kids shine on the big stage like that. This is another awesome opportunity for everyone over at SRP Park with a lot of fans and alums in attendance.
Okay, thanks for those live updates out there, Alyssa. Trash collection fees could soon increase for Richmond County. Originally, commissioners talked about a $37 monthly fee hike for some people in the county, with service contracts set to expire this year. But today, they're working to keep things down to about $21 a month.
Increases are necessary because of the fact that supply costs have gone up and the cost of services have gone up. There's no question about that. But I wouldn't mind the increase as long as the services were not reduced. I can't do an increase and the services be reduced too. That has happened previously when we used to have twice a week service.
This will come back up for discussion at next week's full commission meeting, where staff hopes to close the gap on a vendor as well as the suggested rate for the entire county.
As we head for a break, going to give you the News 12 Watch and Win keyword of the day. It is live, as you see right there on the screen. You insert that keyword on our News 1226 app, and you have a chance to win a $70 gas card and be entered for the grand prize, a 70-inch TV. Once again, today's keyword is live.
And another live look at SRP Park. Get ready for the big game tonight that starts at 7. Beautiful weather this evening if you're heading to SRP. Another quick look at our forecast the rest of the week just after the break.
Congratulations, Westside Patriots, on your three-peat state championship win. Accidents turn. Unfortunately, accidents will happen, and that's why we're here to help you anytime, anywhere you need us.
Well, there's a live look from our Thurman Dam Cam, and we have found the local meetup spot. We got a number of boats fishing right here by the dam. I would guess catfish, but possibly striper. I'm not quite sure exactly what they're fishing for here, but they've been out there for the last couple of hours. I've been checking in on them, see if they caught anything, but great weather to be outside fishing out there. We have temps in the 70s at the moment, and it should be pretty good fishing weather over the next couple of days, especially as we start to see our barometric pressure drop as this next front does show up by Friday. So that is going to bring us a chance for rain as we head into our Friday afternoon. Until then, though, as this pressure does continue to drop, should be good fishing up there at the lake. We are going to see warm temps, most likely close to 80 by Thursday, and then the storms do start to roll in late into the day Friday. For the weekend, we look mostly dry Saturday, so looking good for parades, but storms again by Sunday.
Our next live update, top of the hour over on 26 News.
Then we're back with more News 12 tonight at 11.
At the CBS 80 News, we focus on solutions, finding solutions to help people understand what are the right choices to make for you and your family.
I'm Franklin Gray.